Welcome to Sports News. The Confederation of African Football has picked Mohamed Hamada from Mauritania as the center referee when Nigeria's under-23 boys take on their Zambian counterparts in an 11th All-Africa Games final leg match in Lusaka on Sunday. He'll be assisted by countrymen Sheikh Pene and Bubu Demba, with Amadou Thiam standing in as the reserve referee. Both teams played out a goalless draw in the first leg in Abuja, and it will be winner takes all at the National Heroes Stadium, Lusaka. Both sides seek a spot in the men's football tournament of the All-Africa Games, now scheduled for September in Brazzaville, Congo. Meanwhile, captain of the national under-20 team, Musa Mohammed, has come under fire following his disappearance from the camp of the under-23 national team that has since left for Zambia for that crucial match. The Nigeria Football Federation says it's disappointed with the action of Mohammed, who led the Flying Eagles to win the African Youth Championship in Senegal last month, where he scored 4 goals to emerge top scorer. There are, however, reports that Mohammed had left camp in order to sign a contract in Europe, but the NFF says anyone found to have abetted and aided his unwholesome conduct would face severe sanctions. Mohammed was dropped from the 18-man list released by coach Samson Siasia for the trip to Zambia, where the Dream Team will on Sunday seek to win a spot at the men's football tournament of the 11th All-Africa Games. In internationals as well, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have dropped to 8th spot in Africa after sliding down the ladder to the 45th position in the world. They recorded 1 defeat and a draw against Uganda and South Africa in March's friendly matches. The new ranking released by the World Football Governing Body FIFA earlier today is the team's worst drop in exactly a year, since April 2014. The former African champions lost 1-0 against Uganda in Uyo on March the 25th, before holding South Africa to a 1-0 draw in Nelspruit 4 days later. Meanwhile, Algeria leads the continent despite dropping 3 places to 21st in the world, while second-placed Côte d'Ivoire slipped 3 places to 23rd, and Ghana dropped 2 spots to 26th in the world but remained 3rd in Africa. In Europe, runners intensifying preparations for the London Marathon have been advised to skip tomorrow's training or exercise indoors when air pollution is forecast to reach record levels. Health experts have warned that very high pollution levels are closing in on the capital, with even the fittest individuals at risk. The 2015 London Marathon takes place this Sunday, April the 26th. The race is expected to bring the curtain down on the marathon career of world record holder Paula Radcliffe. And that's it on Sports News. It's back to Amarachi with the rest of the news at 10.
And it's finally come down for good. The South African University of Cape Town has removed a monument of British colonialist Cecil Rhodes, which had been the focus of protests in recent weeks. Campaign against the statue began in March after activist Chumani Maxwell smeared excrement on it as protest against Rhodes' racism and its legacy at UCT. It culminated last night when the university's 30-member council, which governs the institution, voted for its removal. The campaign has triggered attacks on other statues around the country, seen as representing South Africa's racist past, but it has also led to a backlash. Pressure is mounting on the Kenyan government following last week's attack on Garissa University College. 148 students lost their lives to Al-Shabaab gunmen. Cynthia Are has more.
Thanks a lot. Critical editorials have been written against the Kenyan president over growing anger at a 7-hour delay in the deployment of a special forces unit that eventually ended the bloody siege. The Al-Qaeda-aligned Al-Shabaab group has now killed more than 400 people in Kenya since President Uhuru Kenyatta took office in April 2013, denting the East African nation's image abroad and severely damaging its vital tourism industry. Then it's day 2 of President Robert Mugabe's visit to South Africa, and he's been sharing his thoughts on investment, saying investors in Zimbabwe must pay for exploiting Africa's mineral wealth.
If the resources are brought from outside, you bring your gadgets, or you want to manufacture gadgets which we didn't have before. Well, that's not covered in our 51-49%. That's negotiated now. But where is our natural resources?
Also today, Iran's Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, says that there is no guarantee of a final deal with world powers on its nuclear program. Earlier on, President Hassan Rouhani had said that Iran would not sign a final deal unless sanctions were lifted on the first day of implementation. Finally, 4 people have died after a man opened fire at the Palace of Justice in the Italian city of Milan before being arrested. The gunman, identified by local media as Claudio Guardillo, was a defendant in a bankruptcy case. He's said to have shot a bankruptcy court judge and a lawyer, as well as another man. The 4th person is thought to have had a heart attack. That's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you, Marachi.
And we're on to elections again. Saturday's governorship elections will be just hours away, but the incumbent Ogun State governor and APC governorship candidate, Senator Bikulia Musu, is looking beyond the exercise. Today, he said he's excited about the opportunity of working with an APC federal government, which he said will bring about higher dividends of democracy to the people of Ogun State and Nigeria. He also urged the people of Ogun State to conduct themselves well and vote for candidates of their choice at the polls on Saturday.
With the new government in place, the APC government in Abuja and with us here as well, you will see that it will be a win-win scenario, because the synergy between us and the federal government will be such that our 2 plus 2 will not be 4, will now probably be 6, whereas our 2 plus 2 will nosedive to maybe 2 or 3. So we're happy, and I'm happy for the good people of the state. And that's why for me, I tell them that what we need to do is to just continue on that, what I call part of greatness, part of development, part of making Ogun State the benchmark of some sort for other states to follow. So that's where we are. I'm happy with our people, the way they've received us, and I'm assuring them now that the best is yet to come. Look at local and look at all of the things we want to do. This is now the time for us to do it, and we will not look back. Eyes on the ball. We are putting our foot hard on the throttle, and we will continue like that. I don't want them to just vote for me, because people will tell you that government don't bother when you campaign. People will have to go and sleep. Don't campaign again. Yes, we are not going to take that for granted. We thank them for showing support, showing love. But that support should be extended to all our House of Assembly members.
Ogun State's Governor Bikulia Musu. And the main news again, the PDP and APC have made a last-minute push for votes ahead of the governorship election. INEC chairman has said the days of manipulating elections in the country are over, also warned against such manipulations in the governorship election. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.